What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to this emergency episode
Welcome back to this...
of the Yakuza Fan Podcast, where we will be talking about the hypest news of the evening. Cal may already be drunk.
No, I'm not drunk.
I've had 6 beers.
No, I'm not drunk.
Okay. I cannot believe the world we are currently in.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
You can play as a woman in Uncharted. It's
joking.
amazing.
I was joking the other day when I said that we were on the worst timeline because Yakuza 6 had microtransaction DLC. Fuck that. We are on the best timeline. Yeah. Sega US came in, saw the problems, and corrected the world line to the best one.
Somebody's got a time machine somewhere. So they stepped on a butterfly. Trump is president, but we have Yakuza 6.
Yeah, I guess it's a fair trade. Yeah. Oh boy. So why? What happened? I did not see this coming.
I did.
I am pretty sure that PlayStation Experience is a place where gamers' dreams get answered at this point. Every single year has been better than the previous year. I mean, maybe you can't top the Shenmue and Final Fantasy VII.
For certain people.
But holy shit. I did not see this coming. Like, not at all.
The only thing that I was kind of mad about, and I'm going to say this before we get into everything because I won't get another chance, is Gio Corsi had a blue Vita. How do I get a blue Vita?
That was really weird. I honestly thought that he was going to announce a different color. Yeah, like colored Vitas for the West.
That's not out here, is it?
I don't think so, but I'm so far removed from buying a new Vita at this point.
But we can't import them.
I mean, we can, but still.
All right. That was my only...
Okay.
only gripe. I'm looking this up.
Okay, please do.
You keep talking.
So, PlayStation Experience happened. They announced a bunch of shit. And then Gio Corsi walked on stage, talked about his Building the List campaign, which is apparently still a thing that people can tweet about. So... I thought that was gone and done and we got Yakuza and that was it. No, sir. Oh, no. Yakuza Kiwami announced for the West. I did not see that coming.
Kiwami was actually my biggest surprise as well.
Yeah, but they announced Kiwami summer 2017. So next year we get 0, and then later that year we get Kiwami. And then... That wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for the hypest day in gaming. In that same sentence, he then went on to announce Yakuza 6, the Song of Life.
They play the trailers back to back.
The trailers play one after another. And it's just like, what? What is this?
The audience was like, whoa!
The audience cheer. The audience didn't get a chance to cheer. They came so quickly.
And then there was boom right into the next thing.
Yeah, then they went into Danganronpa, which I'm fucking hyped about that too. This was just, as soon as Gio Corsi walked on stage, every single thing that he announced was like the greatest thing ever. I am so thrilled. I cannot believe that this is game changing.
I was expecting 6, to be honest with you.
I was expecting 6 maybe to be announced next year. Maybe during E3.
I was expecting 6 to be announced.
I didn't think they would announce 6 just because they have 0 on the way. I didn't think they'd want to blur the message of what was and was not coming.
I think that they're getting well aware of the global market and the fact that 6 is coming out next
year. Or
week.
Fuck it, they already know that it's going to happen and they don't want to spend the next year fielding tweets of please bring 6 to the West.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah. Just leave us alone. And also leaks.
Yeah, but this means that for the first time since Yakuza 1... we have a game announced for the West before its Japanese release. Yeah. This is the first time that this has happened.
Maybe that's another reason why they were motivated.
I have that big list of when it was announced, when it was released in Japan to when it was announced in the West. And I believe it's day and date, I think, for Yakuza 1. And then 2 is like 500 days. And then 3 is like 600 days. And it keeps getting worse and worse. And then... I'm going to be able to update that list, and right at the bottom, I'm going to put Yakuza 6 minus 7 days.
Yeah, it came...
That's amazing!
And we only have to wait a year, which is
a single year.
That's short time in the Yakuza
nothing.
Wait cycle.
To turn a game of that magnitude around, and to release 2 other games in between.
So are they already starting it, do you think?
They must be! They have to be. They were already translating into Chinese, so maybe they, started doing it in English. Because Maybe they built Yakuza 6 in such a way that it's easy to do a translation.
Maybe.
Why not?
That makes sense.
Right? I don't even know what to believe anymore. I don't know what's real in this world anymore.
It's real. It's all real.
What the fuck? Cal, you got to take over. I need a moment.
They announced Zero a year ago. Yeah, it was last year.
Yes.
So
I don't think they announced that. They announced it, but at the very first PlayStation experience, they actually had a little booklet that said what publishers were going to be there and what games they published. And the logo for Yakuza 0 was in that little booklet.
Right.
So it was soft announced almost back 2 years ago. And so last year, well, I think we had 3 PSXs so far. And my running joke is that every time that I miss a PSX, they announce a Yakuza game. And going into this one, I tweeted out, oh man, I'm sure I'm not going to make it again this year, so I'm sure they're going to announce something.
They announced 2
and
somethings.
they announced 2 somethings. Like every single year that I am not just like away, like unable to see the conference, completely removed from technology.
Yeah.
I didn't find out that Yakuza 6 was coming to the West for like an hour after the conference was done. I was out driving and I needed to look up something on my GPS and I pulled up my phone and I went to my home screen and it is a wall of notifications of people trying to get a hold of me screaming that Yakuza 6 is coming to the West.
You were literally the face of this.
I didn't know what to do. Like, I stopped the car and I put my phone down and I just put my hands to my head. What am I doing? Like, I cannot believe I missed it again. Like, just...
Maybe next year. But what? There's nothing next. So there's nothing left to announce.
There's not, like, you know what? Next year, if they announce Ishin...
Yeah, it'll
like,
be Ishin.
That is going to be the end times. They announce an Ishin and Kenzen 2-pack. Yeah. Coming to fit, like, if they can do that, I will accept that I am currently in some kind of coma, and this is my dreams playing out.
I don't think that they're ever going to bring those over, but I think most of us have made our peace with that.
I think so too. I made my peace with Kiwami never coming out.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
That was a completely out of left field.
Do you think that they're using just like their translation that they already have, at least the subtitle packs and stuff from that?
What?
From the original Yakuza 1 release?
Possibly, but I think...
Because at least that would all be typed out and ready to go.
There is some more changes, though, that aren't in the original.
Right, but I mean, they could translate it poorly.
I don't think they will. They work with a third-party translation service. Then they just kind of give them the entire scripts and then they go over them and then send them back.
So, how do you think Sony is involved in this process? Because, I mean, they're always announced at PSX.
I don't know.
And it's building the list, which is a direct involvement.
I honestly don't think that Sony is involved in this, except for maybe advertising. I think that Sony is probably footing the bill somehow for getting the word
marketing.
out there.
They're helping market it.
Yeah, I think it's Sega's baby, but I honestly think that Sony's the only hand that Sony might have is going to be advertising.
See, I don't agree. I think that Sony goes to bat for the fans, first of all. So they go to the developer and say, hey, you need to bring this over. But I also think that they're pseudo-flipping the bill for the translation costs. So my theory is that Sony is paying for the translation as a no-interest loan. To the developers and a no commitment. So if they don't make enough money, then they don't have to pay it back. But basically, Sony collects the revenue up until that loan's paid, and then so it's zero risk.
Is this speculation, or do you have?
This is my speculation. This is my complete and utter speculation.
I would probably agree with you, but
this is my only way I could see this being possible because Sega's a bunch of tight asses who don't like to bring stuff over.
They were like, I need you to go. I need you to go through that document. Like, that document that I posted, shouts out to Segalization for bringing that to my attention.
Yeah.
That big document of what is Sega. And it's the 2016 the financial report that just goes over every single division.
For the shareholders, right?
Yeah. But it is like, what is your vision for the company? Like, it has like all the different company heads and asking them what their vision is and what their specific piece brings to the company.
So is there anything that talks about localization in North America?
I am still going through that document, but it is such an interesting read. Like, I don't think I've seen that deep into a video game company before. It's just...
I should look into Sony's
really interesting
documents and stuff because they're a publicly traded company, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I wonder if all the information about this is available somehow through that.
Maybe.
We should buy shares in Sony so we could harass people and ask questions.
No, it's really funny. Like, you talking about Sony like they're the be-all, end-all, whereas I was looking at sales data the other day, and Xbox for the last 4 months has outsold PlayStation 4. Now,
Where?
In North America. Now, my running theory is that PlayStation 4 is currently owned by everyone in the world.
I agree with you. I think that everyone who wants a PlayStation already has one, and now they're buying Xboxes this year for Christmas.
Maybe.
But did anything come out on the Xbox? Was anything announced?
I don't know. I have an Xbox there. I haven't turned it on in nearly 6 months.
Well, yeah, when we played Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah,
we played Rare Replay.
Yeah, the game I bought an Xbox One for was a game I played on the N64. And then again
on the Xbox
on the Xbox 360. We're getting off topic.
Yes. If you want an Xbox, please leave a comment and tell us why.
Please leave.
I'm honestly curious, like, what is coming out? What is good about the Xbox One? Like, why would somebody want
We are so far off topic.
I don't care.
Save this for the main podcast.
No. I can do whatever I want.
This is PS Experience.
Okay.
2016.
All right.
Now,
can we talk about why you're so mad?
I'm just a little bit mad, okay?
Angry. He was furious.
I was so furious. I started beating you, I remember.
Yeah.
There was there is one part of this announcement that it kind of just ruffles my feathers. It's nothing bad. There is no downside to this announcement at all. It is all gravy from as far as I'm concerned. I can't believe that we're getting 6. I can't believe we're getting Kiwami. There's just one little thing that just in the little rat part of my brain just gets tickled by they even went so far as to add the subtitle to Yakuza 6. Like they've redone the logos, so now it's in this fantastic white color scheme with.
Isn't this exactly how we do our logo?
No, it's our one's in the red.
It's the same font though, isn't it?
No, it's not. So it's specifically not, so that I can put it on marketing and stuff and not get sued by Sega. That is one of the reasons why I went and redid our logo. Is because I wanted to be able to put my brand on things.
Right.
And
is ours custom? Like, did we customize that font? Or is that using a font?
It's using a font that has been since customized. It was an open source font that I then went and customized. So
so there you go. A little bit of behind the scenes for you guys.
So yeah, that's why I'm able to use it. And when we rebranded to WordPress, I really wanted to make sure that we had our own standalone brand. So yeah, that's the origin of that.
All right, so tell us what's wrong with this logo.
I adore the logo. I love the fact they added the subtitle. But in doing so, in adding that subtitle, the Song of Life, first of all, I think it should be called the Poetry of Life.
Okay, but at least we finally found out what it translates to.
We already knew it could either be song or poetry.
Yeah, but we know for sure.
Well, the canon one we're going with is song. In my heart, it will always be poetry. But I will continually refer to it as song. They went so far as to do all this and then not put a period on the end of the Song of Life.
Yeah.
That is the one thing that has just been nagging at me. I remember when Nagoshi was being interviewed about the Song of Life. Why, like specifically they asked him, why in the Japanese title does it have a period at the end?
Yeah, because it looks stupid.
It does. It doesn't make any sense. And you shouldn't have a period in the title, is what he was told.
Yeah.
And they're absolutely right. You shouldn't. But the period was added specifically and on purpose because it is Kiryu's last game. They're treating the title like the end of a book, and this is the period on Kiryu's games.
Yeah.
It has a meaning and a purpose to have that in the title.
Right.
And they didn't include it for some reason.
Counterpoint.
Okay.
It's fucking stupid. Nobody knows about this except for Nagoshi.
Maybe
you have to ask him specifically. Everyone's just going to think that Sega fucked up and
they're not.
Did a poor job in the title.
You're right up until you go and look at it. Like, they kept it so close to the Japanese title, and then they...
Yeah, but people are just going to look at the Japanese one and go, oh, Japanese is a weird language, and leave it at that.
But they're not.
They are.
Like I said, this is just a nagging little afterthought. This is the...
I agree with Sega's decision.
This is the deacon, you're crazy. This doesn't matter to anyone.
Fuck Nagoshi. Fuck his vision, because it was stupid to begin with.
No, it's
Someone
not.
at Sega should have told him no to begin with.
No, they shouldn't have. I'm so mad. I'm still glad that we live in this world. You cannot erase the smile from my face. So people have been playing the Yakuza 0 demo at PSX all day.
Okay.
They have Premium Adventure open. Mm-hmm. So no sub-stories as far as I know. It's just the entire map is open, go. And people can just go and play that.
So is anyone talking about it?
Again, I have been disconnected like all day. I had...
So probably not.
I had the initial wave of hype when Yakuza 6 and Kiwami were announced of people just going crazy tweeting at me and me singing up. Like, I went and sat in a parking lot with all my kids in the car. I said, sorry guys, daddy has to do this. I pull out my phone and I just started retweeting. Best decision I ever made. Then we ran out of gas and I had to go find some. This is my sounds of just pure joy.
So, well, that's great. That's good news. But they're not going to be out for a while. I mean, you're looking at the middle of next year for Kiwami, which, is already an older game. We just bought it, of course.
Yeah, I bought it like a week ago. Not even. I got it the day the demo for Yakuza 6 comes out. Someone was joking to me on Twitter that at the start of the last podcast, I said that this was the best week ever because we got the Yakuza 6 demo.
Yeah.
Now, I say to you that podcast was recorded on a Wednesday, meaning that the week doesn't kick over until next Wednesday, making this still the best week ever. We now have the 6 demo, Kiwami, Yakuza 6 announced. What the fuck? How?
Sony.
I
guess.
I'm sure there's only so long you guys could listen to me just rant about this.
Just say the same thing over and over again. That's what the podcast does every week.
I am just... I don't know.
Well,
Cal, where were you when this was announced?
Where was I? I was at the doctor's office. You texted me to tell me.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
I was mad. I'm like, spoilers. I was waiting to watch conference.
I couldn't wait. I went, like I said, I went into today just knowing that I was going to miss the conference and figured I would just go media blackout all day.
Yeah, that was my plan too.
And then I would just watch it.
Some idiot texted me.
Some idiot needed to look up a place in his GPS. I couldn't help it.
Yeah, you still couldn't find the place you were going.
Yeah, I know. It turns out it was 2 blocks over.
Next time, just text me. I know everything.
It's fine.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a type as you. Honestly, for me, like, personally, there really wasn't anything announced other than maybe, like, Loco Patapon that I'm, like, super, super improp, I guess.
Yeah.
That I'm super hyped for, so it wasn't really that great of a conference for me.
I think...
I'm kind of more into the Nintendo Switch.
Yes, but why? What's the Switch got going for it? It has Zelda. But that's it.
Zelda.
So
Pokemon.
Do we want to talk about all the things that were announced today at
I mean, we can talk about some though. I thought the Uncharted footage was pretty cool. Like, just, but I hate Claudia Black. Like, I'm just saying this is gonna piss some people off, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Controversial statement. I fucking hate Claudia Black.
Why?
Because she's so overdone. Wasn't she in, like, fucking Stargate, was it?
Yes, she was brought into Stargate.
I hated her in Stargate.
I hated her.
And then after that, I just hated her and everything else. She's so obviously Claudia Black at everything she does. She was in another game I played too, wasn't she?
I'm sure she was. I can't remember now. The only thing that she's ever been in that I really liked her in was Farscape. Everything else that girl has ever been in, I just
it may not be her fault. Like, I won't blame her for it, but I hate her.
When did this podcast become shitting on Claudia Black?
Because we're talking about the conference, and it's just so obviously her.
Yeah.
Like, when other actors play characters in these games, you can kind of tell it's them. Like, Del Toro is obviously in Death Stranding. We can talk about Death Stranding.
Yeah.
As much as you want.
Yeah.
But, like, it's obviously her, so I feel justified to say I don't want to play as her.
Okay.
And I'm totally...
Why?
Because, I don't know, she just annoys me. It's just always the same fucking character.
That I agree with. She is one of those girls who's been completely typecast, like Michelle Rodriguez. It's just the same. Look at me, I'm a badass chick.
Yeah, but it just, and probably suffering from poor writing in that regard.
What are you talking about? Okay. So.
Alright. That was my complaint about a new one. And is that a new game or is it DLC? That wasn't clear.
I think it might be a new game. It's really, you're right, it is really unclear. I think they might be doing what they did with, what is that game? Fuck me, what's it called? The one where you get, like, superpowers.
Infamous?
Yes, Infamous. They had a piece of DLC for Infamous that was, like, this huge extra campaign, and they spun it off and sold it separately.
Okay, but they just sell it at a discount.
Yeah, same with the Last of Us DLC.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest.
Yeah.
And there was a Last of Us sequel.
Last of Us 2 was announced. Sorry, The Last of Us Part 2 was announced, which I think that's really interesting, like to phrase it like that.
Yeah. Do you know what was more shocking that got announced than Kiwami?
What?
Knack 2. Can we talk about Knack 2 for a minute?
I did not see Knack 2 happen.
Knack, the game that went from, full price to like $5 bargain bin within 3 months.
Yeah.
That knack.
I've never seen a turnaround quicker on a game than knack.
And I mean, it wasn't an awful game. I played it. I think we almost finished it.
I nearly finished it.
Of it.
It had these weird balancing issues where it would go from crazy easy to super hard.
Yeah. And the co-op really was poorly done because you only had one knack and then you had the other guy.
Was that what was happening? No, you played as that crystal knack or something.
Was it?
Yeah, you played as 2 knacks.
Oh.
Yeah. Double knacks.
I don't know. It was meant to be in, like, I don't know. It just didn't work very well.
Yeah.
But they're making a sequel, which looks just as the same as the first one.
It looks a little bit better. That's what
I think it looks better, but
yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of like if you get a chance to play it, it's actually kind of fun. So
yeah. So did you see all the free crap that was announced today? And some of it's not even free. Some of it just is. Like we've got
there was that game.
Let It Die from Grasshopper.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That looks super interesting. I think it's a 3rd-person shooter.
Is it free or freemium?
I believe it's freemium. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe we could go look that up, but I'm pretty sure it's freemium. They announced Parappa the Rapper 1 remake.
Yeah.
And they put up a free demo of that. So that's my plan for as soon as we're done this, I know. As soon as we're done this, I'm going to go and play that demo.
Yeah, and then there's going to be Loco Roco and Patapon.
That was the biggest surprise, is Loco Roco and Patapon in HD.
I am so in love with Loco Roco.
Holy shit, I really, really hope that they bring Loco Roco 2 HD as well. 2, to me, was so much better.
Really? I didn't like it as much.
Oh, 2, like, introduced, like, crazier songs. 1 has, like, that one song where all of the Patapon... all of the Loco Rocos will sing at once. It's right at the ending credits song where you have all the different colours coming in.
Yeah.
2 has levels where you get different colours at the same time, and they all chime in on every single song. So you
that's
have
kind of...
so it kind of changes
I played some 2. I finished 1. But...
I 100% at both of them. Like, those games were, like, so up my alley and just pure joy.
Yeah.
I really think that after this conference, right after Yakuza, is Loco Roco HD. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like, that is, like, the next tier for me. It's Yakuza, Loco Roco. I don't even know what is after that. Maybe The Last Guardian. But I'm still up in the air about it.
I have mixed feelings with The Last Guardian. Like, I'm excited, but I'm...
cautiously...
To be honest with everybody, I didn't really love the other games. Like, I thought Shadow of the Colossus was a lot of fun, but I like ESO. I didn't care for. Really? I like the environment. I like the story. I like the idea of it, but I didn't have fun playing it.
Well, that's because you jumped into it like in the middle of a speed run.
I know, but I still it's just not a game for me.
ESO to me came at just the perfect time of when I needed a game like that. And
but if you took out the combat, I would love it.
I totally agree. That time limit, that worry about Yorda, and you have to run back and save her all the fucking time. Like, I cannot stand that. That is the worst part of that game. I wish there was a better system. Like, it would be better for me if I could at any time press select. Like, keep it in there, but I just press select and I change to Yorda, and now I have to fight off the monsters.
I don't know about that. I don't really care about... I don't want fighting at all. Like, that game would have been an awesome just puzzle game. Like, just you still do the same puzzles, but just no fighting. Then I would like it. And I'm hoping that The Last Guardian has a little bit less fighting. It looks like it does.
It doesn't. I really don't think it looks like it does at all.
Oh, I didn't see.
No, it looks to me like it has more fighting even.
Oh, I didn't notice. But Shadow of the Colossus had a lot of fighting, and that was fine.
Yeah.
Because obviously that was the game.
But I feel like that studio is so good at that balance of too much combat. But I
don't agree with that with ESO.
No, but that's the thing. I think that ESO's story was the combat. Like, you needed to have those sections of feeling helpless and feeling like you needed to protect Yorda. So that later, like, this is spoilers, but later on in the story, when Yorda protects you, it has so much more weight. Because you try so hard to protect her all the time.
Then have fighting sections that aren't tied to puzzles.
Usually they are. There's only that one section when you're in the courtyard where it's a real issue.
Yeah, well, that's why our speedrun was co-opted.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, we did it under 2 hours. We got a congratulations from Fumito Ueda.
On Twitter.
I know. That is the best thing about Twitter. I'll be honest.
People don't do that as much anymore, though, now that Twitter's a little bit more well-used.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Like, that was, what, 5 years ago?
Yeah, I think so. There it is. Let It Die.
Right.
The stupid skeleton with a with a skateboard that looks like a coffin.
It has 5 stars.
I guess, Dude, this looks super weird.
When did it come out? Did it just come out?
It came out today.
Oh, it was new today.
A roguelike hack and slash online survival action. Huh. Okay, well, whatever. Get to the top of the tower.
Cool, I guess.
I'll play that. What the hell? Why not?
All right, so we need to announce something. I'm just going to take this. We came up with something right before the podcast. The other
I really wish my desk would stop squeaking like that.
Stop squeaking it.
I can't help it. Hold on, one more for luck.
I don't want to leave this too late into the show.
Okay.
Big announcement.
What's the big announcement, Cal? No, don't do that.
I'm drum rolling.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I can see it on the waveform.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Daytona.
Yes.
Are we having a Daytona competition?
Well, we were, and we still are.
It's still on. Do we still only have 3 people signed up?
I don't know. I didn't check before we started. I can go check right now. God damn this desk. Why is it so fucking squeaky?
We have 2 PS3s. I might have to play too.
If you really want to, you can promote anything you want on Yakuza Fan. Okay, you rattle off your contest. I will go and check.
All right, so we would like to announce a date for our tournament.
Okay.
It is going to be...
It's our tournament now.
Who else is... I'm going to do all the work.
You are not doing all the work.
All right.
I've done all the work so far.
It is going to be the 17th of December, which is a Saturday for us. Now, if you live in Europe... Or actually, it's good. Technically, it's going to be the 18th of December, the Sunday, because we are going to have it at unless you live on like the West Coast.
Yeah.
We're going to have it at midnight our time, which works out to be 6 a.m. in London, and a little bit later if you live like Middle East or Australia, those places.
Yeah.
On Sunday, so we're all fucked because of time zones. So I'm going to just make us all fucked equally.
Yeah.
We have to stay up late. You have to get up early.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
That's the best we could come up with to kind of accommodate everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can still sign up between now and then. We're gonna update the website to have all the information like of this date and time and everything, because maybe people will be more likely to sign up with the information. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we sign up. There is still no prize. I'm kind of coming up with a prize here. The prize value, you got to listen closely, is going to be valued at about $1.
Oh.
So just please
what are you
be
doing?
excited for my fantastic prize I am going to send out.
You're going to send a prize?
I have a prize all ready to go.
Well, once again, the winner of the tournament is going to be allowed to play, or is going to be able to post whatever they want on Yakuza Fan.
Right.
And
you also get a special prize from me.
Like a personal plug kind of deal.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You can plug something.
Yeah. Nothing insane, but
yeah.
If you've got a website, something like that, that's...
Your horrible fan art. I want to see it all.
Okay, like I said, nothing crazy on the homepage, but...
Your /fanfiction right on the homepage.
But, no, definitely not. But in that big title image right at the top of the homepage, you can take that over with whatever it is that you want to post in there, and then whatever, you know what I mean? Like
some restrictions.
Yeah, and then within the article, just plug whatever you want, whatever. If you want to post the pineapple pen video, so be it. Okay. Oh, wow.
So that was our big news. So yeah, there's going to be... I don't know who's going to win.
Yes.
Not Deacon.
Oh, definitely not Deacon. Deacon sucks. I've been trying to practice. I'm so bad at Daytona.
So is it 3 people including you, or 3
No,
people?
no, there's 4 people
so
including me.
there'll be 4 people. So you've got, 1 in 4... 1 in 4 post an essay on why Perfume should star in Yakuza 7.
Yeah. So in case you guys can't tell...
Did you watch that movie, Perfume?
What are you talking about? Perfume's a band.
Oh, is it a band? No.
Yeah, they're idols.
They are?
Yes.
What?
What are you doing with yourself?
I'm not a weeb.
Oh my god.
You. The sick band.
Here you go.
I've never heard of them.
I've heard of Perfume. Cal, get out of here. You're drunk.
I'm not drunk yet, but I could be.
On your way. There we go. Yeah.
Oh.
See, this is why I like having the live chat when we do these, because now we're getting photos of what Perfume looks like.
I'm slightly more interested.
I know, right? Okay.
Okay, sick isn't the word I'd use.
So was there anything else we need to get out of the way here?
No, I think that was our most important announcement, which we'll have to update the website with.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone gives a shit right now because everyone's talking about this new game.
I'm so hyped. So, I want to know, let me know in the comments, are you guys still going to import Yakuza 6? Or are you just now going to wait?
Because it's a whole year. Like, that's a long time in video game land.
I've already decided I need to import this because I'll
run a website.
I'll need to be capturing footage. I went media blackout on 0, and I don't think I can do that again. And I think I'm going to be spoiled.
And people really kind of are holding you accountable now.
Yeah. So I'm actually, as soon as we're done this, I'm probably going to go buy 6. It's going to happen.
With what money? You spent it all on PS4 Pro.
I have PayPal money that you don't know about.
Oh, it's from the Patreon.
It is. Finally, begging for money from my fans is paying off. But seriously, guys, thank you so much. We will be getting Yakuza 6. We will be doing lots of videos about it.
We'll promote it.
I'm going to try and keep the videos spoiler free as much as I can. I'm not going to be giving.
You're going to make spoiler free videos.
I'm going to be showing off some cool stuff, but I'm not going to like blow the big reveal of like who's Haruto's father.
All right.
Like, come on, that's just being a douche. You cannot do that.
No.
Okay, so I think we're a pretty good spot to stop for now. This has just been a short little emergency hype cast because holy shit, Cal! 3 Yakuza games.
I know. Like, how are you going to find time to play all these?
I don't know. And Persona 5.
Yeah, which has dual languages.
It does. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You're going to, I don't know, not have enough time to play video games.
I waste this chunk of time in the middle where I sleep. I think I'm just going to stop doing that. Might stop going to the bathroom. I might be poop socking it for a while. Do you know what poop socking it is?
No.
Poop socking it is when you cannot make it to the bathroom, but you have a pair of socks on.
Is that where your socks keep going?
Yes, maybe. No, it's actually way worse for me because all my socks have holes in them. Have you never heard that term before? I don't. You don't go online at all.
I don't.
You're running your weird Facebook circles.
You know what I do? I play my Pokemon game, and sometimes I go
G-rated Pokemon. You never poop socked a Pokemon?
No, and I have I don't know, I follow 500 people on Twitter. No one's ever talked about this.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm going to go...
This is horrible. No, I'm
going to go and teach you the joys of poop socking.
No.
This is how we're ending the show this week, guys.
Please, no. I'm not coming back.
Oh, there we go. Mission accomplished.
You like me on here because somebody's got to tell you when to shut up when you just keep talking in circles.
I talk in circles all the time. I'm like a Dark Souls developer.
When do they talk about in circles?
No, but the games are cyclical. Let me explain to you this Dark Souls.
Hey, speaking of dark things, can we talk about Death Stranding for a little bit?
Sure. That is the one other thing that wasn't actually shown at PSX.
But it was shown before.
Yeah.
At the VGX. Was there
Yeah, the Video Game Awards.
Yeah.
I think they're called the VGX now. I'm not sure.
Video Game...
Experience? I don't know.
Extreme.
So what about Death Stranding?
It's a game and it's coming out.
Is it a game or is it an experience? Now,
I think it's going to be a spiritual awakening, to be honest.
Okay. Was that guy at the start, like the guy with the beard, was that Guillermo del Toro?
I thought I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if it's actually been confirmed or if everyone just suspects
obviously
that it is.
him. Like, it just looks like him, so it must be.
Yeah, I guess.
I heard from you, but I'm going to tell you anyway, that you could put the trailers for the first trailer and the second trailer side by side.
That is what I hear.
And they sync up pretty nicely.
Yes, if you go to like YouTubeDoubler.com and you load in both trailers and they start playing the exact same time, events that happen in Norman Reedus' trailer carry over to shit that happens in Guillermo's trailer. Like, when in Norman Reedus' trailer, when he's holding that baby and he clutches it to his chest and starts crying,
yeah,
and then the baby disappears. The moment the baby disappears in his trailer, if you go over to the Guillermo trailer, it's the exact moment that he plugs his cord into that tiny little incubator.
Oh,
and
babyception.
And then the baby shows up there. So that is so fucking cool. I cannot believe that they're doing something like that.
So where is Norman Reedus?
Maybe he
is Norman Reedus.
Okay. The other thing that I noticed in that trailer, and I haven't actually seen people talking about this, it's just shit that I've noticed. If you look at Guillermo's wrist, he's actually got one of the handcuffs on him, the exact same handcuff that Norman Reedus has in the other world there.
And the doll had the same cuts.
Yeah, the cut across the doll's stomach is in the exact same place where the scar is on Norman Reedus.
Right, but then we didn't. There's no.
I've only watched that trailer twice now, and I haven't looked at any real discussion.
We haven't done our frame by frame thing that we usually do with Kojima's trailers.
When Death Stranding came out, the very first trailer, I sat there and went frame by frame.
I know, and we did it with all the Metal Gear ones.
I did it with every single Yakuza one. Those are games that I will just every single time I will go through, and I will just be super weird about everything that I look at.
What do you think was up with Guillermo's scar on his head? It looked like his head had been opened up.
I thought that too. What I thought was more interesting was that he pulled that the thing from his stomach. It looked like an umbilical cord and plugged it into the incubator.
Yeah.
But then we saw was it Mads Mikkelsen?
Huh? Oh, the
guy, the
bad guy.
Yeah, the guy that played Hannibal. He was there later with his little group of soldiers, and they all had those strands.
And they were dead. They were death stranded out.
Oh my god! I really hope that that's it.
And the handprints all along the tunnel.
Yeah. Now I wonder when they're showing the handprints on the tunnel. I wonder if that's the same moment that Norman is getting handprinted all over his body, like as the baby's walking away.
Oh yes, could be.
Oh man, I've got to go and watch this trailer again. Oh man, what an exciting PSX.
Do you think it's going to be a scary game? Or do you think it's
I think it's going to be roughly what Metal Gear was. Where
the latest Metal Gear especially.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot like MGS5. Probably about as scary as like the hospital escape was, or like the first time the skulls show up.
Which I didn't find any of that scary. Oh, the skulls actually I did find a little bit scary because you couldn't kill them.
Yeah, the first time they show up I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, so I did find that a little bit terrifying. And I kind of went the wrong way and then ran down in a valley and I still got away, but it was like the most backwards way.
Yeah, like
D-horse.
Yeah, obviously the game is set up to let you go any way you want, but there's always, I find, a specific path they want you to go.
Yeah, and I fucked that up every time.
Every single time I went the wrong goddamn way. Every time.
So I'm hoping Death Stranding is a little bit more linear. Like
I want it to be about the level of linearity that Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2 was.
Yeah, like
or even 3, where it's give me an environment to be in.
But Metal Gear 3, like, they were basically screens. Like, you had this one area, and it's kind of self-contained in its own way.
The one I would point to the most is Metal Gear 3, where you had to sneak into the army base there.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Segment is the best. That's where I want to watch. Like, that's what I want to play with Death Stranding, just something like that. But I want to use my weird umbilical cord. Whatever the fuck is going on there, I want more. Oh, boy. Okay, we're lighting up in the chat here. Man Like Dan 19 says, Last of Us Part 2.
We already talked about that.
We talked about that earlier.
Well,
I'm kind of hyped for it. I want to know what's going on. Like, I want to know whether Joel, like, you see Joel for like a second standing in the doorway.
Yeah.
It's not super clear if he's real. Like,
the way Last of Us ended, like, it's kind of...
And the way I watched it, everyone was screaming around me. I could not hear what the fuck Ellie was saying. Like, I couldn't hear what the song was about, and I couldn't hear what she was saying to Joel. So, that's the one that I'm gonna go and rewatch.
I don't know. I didn't really care for The Last of Us. I thought it had some cool moments, but...
Fort Cannon in the chat here says the Parappa HD should have been a collection. I disagree. I think Parappa the Rapper 2 is shit. And not just that, there's already...
Yeah, I agree.
There is a...
Or Jamalami, really.
Jamalami, I was very lukewarm on. I really disliked Parappa the Rapper 2. What game that I really want a remake of?
What?
Gitaru Man.
Oh, but you got a remake on the PSP.
But Gitaru Man is so good.
Gitaru Man is like the best game. You introduced me to Gitaru Man, and then I went through and beat the game and on hard mode.
Yeah.
And you can't beat that shark.
Yeah.
But I love Gitaru Man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ellie has a grudge
find and kill every single one of them. Now, do you think... Now, Man Like Dan 19, do you think that she is talking about the other Fireflies? Because maybe they came after Joel? Or do you think that she's talking about all the zombies? Like, it's really not clear.
We're gonna...
Okay, I'm pretty sure they're the Fireflies. They are the group that was trying to catch Ellie in the first one.
Okay, because she had some kind of way to...
She was immune.
Right.
And I don't
understand why she still... Like, why you wouldn't use...
Because, I mean, hell, you're a father. Like, if your kid was coming up to you and saying, hey, like, I want to do this, like, I would go... Not even that. They told Ellie that she didn't need to be killed for this to work.
Right.
They all they told her was that they were going to do surgery to take some part out of her. And then they told Joel after the fact.
That she was dead?
No, that she was going to be killed. Like, this wasn't a procedure that she was going to come out of.
Right.
They were going to kill Ellie, which was the step-in daughter that he lost in the very start of the game.
I don't really get why they needed to kill her, though. That wasn't...
The daughter at the start?
No, Ellie. Like, to do this procedure.
Because it was in her brain. Because the way that the virus works, it goes into your brain and then grows out. Like,
yeah, I know that, but I still don't get why they needed to kill her. Like,
because
you can take brain samples. People do it.
You can take brain
time.
samples, but they wanted every part of her brain out of there. Like, they wanted
that's just, I don't know. I feel like they didn't exhaust any other method to try. What is wrong with you?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I dropped my mouse.
They didn't do
I'm not cutting this out of the podcast.
They didn't do anything like to try and see if there's other methods first to... I get that
they did do an MRI. I'm pretty sure that the thing in her head was like out. Like, it was rooted in the brain. Like, because it's a thing, because it's a living, growing thing, like, because it's a microorganism.
Is she the only one who's immune?
Yes. And that's why they had to kill her to get out, to find out why she was immune.
Yeah.
To
Did
try
they
and make her
kill
cure. No. They tried to.
Joel
kicks in the door, pulls out his gun. Spoilers, by the way. Kills the last remaining microscopic surgeons. Well, I don't know what the term I'm looking for here is. Like,
neurologist.
Yeah, possibly the last neurologist left alive gets shot in the head.
Yeah.
After he's like, no, we need to boom.
Yeah. I kind of get both sides of this, though. Like, I get Joel, but at the same time, I don't feel like he should have killed the doctors either, because they weren't bad people.
They weren't trying to hurt you. You walked in there with a gun. I was so mad that you had to kill everyone in that room.
You couldn't just knock them out or whatever.
Yeah. I wanted to just knock them out, grab Ellie, and then carry her out. But, like...
These are people who just want to cure the zombies. Like, they're
not bad people.
They're not even murderers,
They're also the very last... surgeons,
yeah.
The neurosurgeons.
They just don't have the same connection to her that
Joel does.
Like, if this were someone else, like, I know that she's a step-in kid, but if this were someone else's kid, I'd be like, sorry, sacrifice your kid. I don't want to be a zombie anymore. Or I don't want to turn into a zombie. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I would have just... I didn't like that either. I remember that part.
Do you think they'll go into the origins of the virus in the sequel?
I would hope so, because I love that kind of stuff.
But... I don't know if they need to. Like, I don't think there's any answer they could have that I would be satisfied with. Like, what are they going to say? Oh, it was bioengineered by some terrorist organization, or oh, it was just nature finding a way. Like, because it's based on those spores that get into cats, that get into mice, that tell them to go get eaten by cats so that they can spread. That's what that spore is. It's just mutated so that now it's going to humans.
Okay.
Like that's the whole basis for.
What I don't even know about that spore.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. Basically, it's some spore that it's on some fucking food that rats eat, and then it makes them more likely to run out and try and get eaten by a cat. So the spore will go into a cat. Go look it up. It's really interesting shit. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's toxoplasma.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but then toxoplasmosis is something that people can get.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, and that's kind of the whole basis for what this is. Anyway, Man Like Dan says that apparently you can leave them alive. If you can, I never noticed because I shot them all in the fucking heads. Maybe I only shot one.
It's a parasite anyway,
but then on your way out of the building, you have to kill like a whole bunch of people, and then you have to kill your friend. Like, and I get why they were doing it, but I also get why Joel was doing it. And I super agree with his reasoning to not let her go through with it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one too. Like, I understand why you didn't, but I just thought that whole scene played out really poorly.
I don't think so. I mean, I think he lost his mind, and I don't think that he saw himself as having another choice. Like, if he didn't kill them, they were going to kill him from his perspective.
Yeah, but he's killing these. Like, you spend the whole game killing kind of like zombies, basically. And
then No. There is a whole chapter where you're running away from a bunch of rapists. But bad people. They want to capture Ellie so that they can start a new society. Like, they're not good people.
I'm just saying, you kill bad people in the game. and you kill zombies in the game. But these are doctors who are trying to cure the world, trying to save the world.
They were the only people that I disagreed with, and I was mad that I didn't have any agency over that scene.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't like how that whole scene played out.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that saving her was the correct choice, but I don't think that I needed to kill all of them. I feel like I could have shot them in the leg. They were all a bunch of Dr. Pussies.
Yeah, or even, punching them in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Or just holding up my gun.
Yeah, get out of here, get away from her. Shoot one in the air.
Yeah,
shoot someone in the leg, and they'll scamper.
Don't shoot one in the air, because that's the other problem. I shot my gun and that alerted everyone in the base. I could have walked in with my gun drawn, said lay on the ground, or I will shoot you in the head. And they had no defense.
But you can't. You have to do that to death, don't you?
You can punch them and then knee them. Yeah, but that kills them, doesn't it? Am I crazy? Okay. Apparently I need to go and replay The Last of Us, because if you can keep them alive, I will eat my words. But from what I remember, I didn't have a choice. I came in with my gun drawn, and as soon as you pick up Ellie, you don't have a choice but to shoot. The only action that you get is shoot.
Can you put her down?
I don't know. I don't remember. My screensaver just went on. Okay. So I'm going to go look this up.
I don't know. Last of Us, terrible game.
No, Last of Us, 10 out of 10.
Be a lesbian.
Amazing game.
You won't get zombie spores.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That was my takeaway from it.
Okay. This is why we don't do this live.
Yeah, because we just piss off everyone in the chat.
We sit there and look at the chat, and then I just go and cut this out later.
Oh.
No, I'm not cutting this out. I'm way too lazy for that.
Don't cut any. No cuts. Never any cuts.
No cuts. I've got to be like Sega. No cuts, or I'll lose the respect of the fans.
Do you think they're going to censor anything? Let's just get that out of the way right now, because people always.
They're not going to censor anything.
No.
They've learned their lesson. Have you played an Atlas game? They are ridiculous with the amount they don't censor.
Yeah.
Like, it is crazy how much content stays in their games. I honestly think that if Atlas were in charge of Answer X Answer, that they would have left it in. Like that weird mini game from Yakuza 3.
Yeah.
I honestly think that if they were in charge, that would have made it into the game somehow. They would have gone the extra distance to go through and translate.
I don't know. I feel that was the only thing that was justifiable.
I get why it was cut. I just think that they're crazy enough to allocate a budget to making that work.
Yeah, let's cut somewhere else.
No. I don't think that would
I would cut budget. I mean somewhere else.
Yeah, I think that they would have been more likely to cut budget somewhere else than. But where would they cut? It's Atlas. Atlas is such a weird company that they go so all in every single game that they do. They really do.
They definitely do. That is kind of something that they're known for almost. And as a publisher, they've always kind of brought over the games that you wouldn't have expected to come. Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm going to say it again. The best thing Sega ever did was buying Atlas. I completely agree.
That has, to me, turned that company around. Ever since that they came on board, it's just been... Sega's been killing it with everything they do. Don't get me wrong, we have some missteps on the Sonic team side of things.
But they're not really governed by Sega in the same way.
So I feel like Sonic Team is its own thing.
Yeah. I don't think they answer to Sega very much.
It doesn't feel
very top. But
it doesn't feel like Sonic Team answers to anybody.
I feel like they need someone to answer to. Okay, I don't get the comment there. First one for me. I don't know what Left Behind is.
Left Behind was the DLC for The Last of Us.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And any thoughts on Neo?
Neo, I played the demo. It was really good. It is so incredibly difficult. I really, really like it. I love the world. I love the lore.
Get good Samurai Edition.
Oh, man. I have not struggled so hard with a video game since I attempted Demon Souls back in the day. I don't get the systems. You have to, do, a pose to clear your chi? I don't know.
You're the shittiest samurai.
Yeah, you're the whitest samurai. It's great.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me about this. I thought this was a great story.
Yeah. I remember people were pissed off at Koei Tecmo. The Japanese company, Koei Tecmo, were getting shit on.
Not just Japanese company, but one that does, Japanese history games all the time.
Yeah. They got shit on every single time that people would talk about Neo for having a white samurai, saying that it's whitewashing, that should be a Japanese guy, don't make it a white guy, it looks like Geralt from The Witcher. But people don't know that samurai is based off a real dude. He was like some like pirate or something that washed up on Japanese shores and became a samurai.
Wasn't that a movie?
Maybe.
With like Tom Cruise?
That was The Last Samurai.
That's what it was.
He was a real guy too.
Oh, so these are different white guys?
Yeah, that's the funniest part about the Last Samurai. Is like these are all historically accurate movies starring white dudes, or stories rather about white dudes.
I actually watched The Last Samurai in school.
Yeah, it's really good.
Something to do. We learned about Japanese history and samurais.
Yeah, it's samurai. It's dances with samurais. It's great.
But as far as my understanding of Japanese culture is, they don't really understand cultural appropriation like people in North America or Europe talk about it.
I really don't think that.
Like they're like, of course you want to be like us. We're the best.
Oh no. Maybe it's got to do something with the tourism, but it really does feel like Japanese culture doesn't have that same cultural appropriation stigma that Western cultures do.
Like you go there and you're encouraged to wear the Japanese clothing for the festivals, or to go like the hotels come with.
I will tell you
with stuff.
I will tell you right now. As soon as we touch down in Japan,
it's like full Japanese.
I am putting on the yukata, and it is not coming off until I am in an onsen. Like that is the only time, and I shall be laughed at and ridiculed. And
You're not allowed in the onsen. You have a tattoo.
I have a single tattoo. It is of Pac-Man. I believe that they will be okay with it.
I know you can get these things that cover up your tattoos. Like, it's like a sticker.
I know you can, but
that's what they make you wear.
No, I will tell you right now.
There are more tourist-friendly ones, though.
If I walk into an onsen and I pull off my shirt, my Pac-Man is there, the only thing you're going to be doing is listening to all the guys around me go, oh, Sugoi.
No one is going to be Sugoi. They're going to be like, Gojira!
God, no. Oh, boy. Okay. Man Like Dan wants us to shit on Destiny. I don't know enough about Destiny. I played the alpha. The only real problem I have with Destiny is that I cannot delete the alpha from my previously downloaded list. It was okay. I don't really like Bungie games. I don't like the way they feel. Everyone says that Halo feels great, feels like the best shooter. I think it feels like hot garbage, and I would give me a Call of Duty.
I mean, you played every Halo.
Yeah, give me a Call of Duty or give me a Titanfall any day.
Yeah.
Or, like, give me a friggin' Of the End. Give me Rigogotoku of the End. Dead Souls. And I would prefer that over any Bungie shooter. I don't enjoy
Binary Domain.
I love Binary Domain.
You want a perfect shooter.
The perfect shooter, Binary Domain. That game is so goddamn good.
Alright, so Destiny sucks.
I don't think it sucks. I feel like there's a market for it, but that market is not me. I'm the weird niche Japanese game market. Like, just put that rainbow all over my face, because that's what I want to play, is just weird Japanese shit.
I'm
love it.
I'm embarrassed by how much casual and puzzle and simulation games I like playing. Yeah. That's like apparently what I always go back to, because did you buy that for me?
Which one?
Big Pharma?
No, I never bought you Big Pharma.
You're supposed to buy me Big Pharma.
I will think about buying you Big Pharma.
Sorry, so...
Man Like Dan, you should have showed up earlier. We shit all over Knack 2.
Yeah, we were already talking about Knack 2.
Yeah. Knack 2 is okay, as long as they fix the balancing issues I had with the first one. And I want them to include a movie of the first Knack to get people caught up to speed.
Because there was kind of a cool story.
I loved Knack's story, actually. That is the one reason why I wanted to play Knack. Wasn't the gameplay, wasn't the weird physics. I really like Knack as a character.
Yeah.
And I really like the story that they were trying to tell.
And, a lot of it was fun. It got a little long, a little bit repetitive.
That was my problem with it. It's like, I got like 8 hours in. I was like, holy shit, is this even over yet?
Yeah, hold on. It only needs to be an 8-hour game.
I need to go and look up the how long to beat. How long
We got pretty far into the game.
Knack. Knack. I hit the wrong button. Oh, it's fine. Popped up anyway. Apparently it's only 10.5 hours.
So we were almost done.
I was so close to the end. Completion is 36.5 hours. And I think that's my problem, is I go through and I spend an enormous...
There's a lot to collect in that game.
An exorbitant amount of time with, like, every single thing. Like, I'm the kind of crazy that will walk in and stare at a wall and wonder whether there's a way to either break it or what the law significance of this wall is.
I swear you didn't play as another knack, though, when you played 2-player.
I swear to God you did.
I thought you played as the professor.
No, you didn't play as the professor. He would get his ass beat.
Yeah, but I thought you...
No, you play as, like, Shadow Knack.
Oh, is that what it was?
Like, hold on a second. We need to look this up now. Knack 2-player. Hold on. No, that's Knack 2 co-op. You play as Crystal Knack.
Oh, it was Crystal Knack.
Oh, that's Knack 2. Hold on. There.
Yeah, but it was like you were nerfed or something. Like I don't remember it being
Robo-Knack.
See, if you would tab back to the screen. Okay, we can talk about Crash Bandicoot. I am super, super, super hyped for this. It looks like they nailed the physics.
I think that they nailed Crash Bandicoot. I am sitting right in that lukewarm area of...
You were... Okay, like when I got my PS1 though, I had Spyro Year of the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot Warped, and that's like all I played.
Both games I don't care for.
I like 100% at both of those games.
Yeah.
Like Crash Bandicoot, where you can think about how hard that game is to 100%.
Yeah.
Totally 100% at that game. So...
The one...
And Spyro was super easy, let's face it. I got everything in that.
Like, there's not a whole hell of a lot of PlayStation 1 games I love. Like, I've found more love for the PS1 now in my older years than I ever did back when it came out.
Other than, like, Metal Gear, though, what do you like on the PlayStation 1?
Most of the Final Fantasy games. I really like those, especially Final Fantasy 9. Holy shit, that game is so good.
I remember when 9 was first getting teased and, like, watching Electric Playground and see the trailers for that. And how amazing the cinematic, the opening cinematic was.
Man like Dan, good luck on your finals.
Yes.
This is an official shout out.
It's official good luck.
Posy vibes all around. You know what? This has been a good day. We've got 3 Yakuza games coming.
You could do it.
Come on.
Do it for the Yakuza games.
Pass these finals. Okay. Back to PlayStation 1. I don't know what is on PlayStation 1 that I would consider to be my favorite game, though. Like, there's a lot of very good games on PS1, but there's only 3 games I really ever feel like I want to come back to. And it's like Bushido Blade 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, and LSD, the Dream Emulator. Metal Gear
Solid 1 is like god tier and shouldn't be counted on any list.
I mean, Metal Gear Solid 1 is kind of the be-all, end-all of video games, but I have such a soft spot for LSD because it's one of those titles that is so weird. It's so weird. It is weird,
but I didn't like it.
I think Parappa, it's so brilliant.
You like Parappa?
I like Parappa, but that's another one of those ones that have all these weird mechanics. I think that...
I think I was the one who introduced to you that you could go into...
Oh, like the rap and good mode?
Yeah, like the top of it. Like how to get into that.
I still don't know how to do that.
You gotta add extra beats.
Man, this is nuts.
I'll show you all about it when the remake comes out.
I don't think I really got into PlayStation gaming until the PlayStation 3. Which is, it's really funny because, like, I played a lot of PlayStation 2, don't get me wrong. Like, there is some gems on the PS2 that I just love.
Well, we have probably 50 PS2 games.
I base my whole website around this. But I really didn't get into the PlayStation as a brand until, like, PlayStation 3.
But even then, it was late in the PlayStation 3 because I was the one who pressured and forced you into purchasing it to begin with.
Yeah, but you've got to remember how many games were worse on the PS3 than the Xbox 360.
Yes, but I needed a PS3.
Yeah.
I needed it.
I don't regret my decision. I wish that Nier ran better. I wish that Nier would come to Xbox One backwards compatibility. I don't know why it hasn't yet.
I find the PS3, though, like, the Xbox 360 started out stronger and then kind of tapered off, whereas the PS3 picked up where the Xbox tapered and, rode out the rest of the life cycle there.
I think so too. I think that once the Xbox 360 released its last game, it was a hard stop. Like, there was just... We went from there's games coming to Xbox 360 to we're done. Fuck you, Xbox owners. No more Xbox games. Please be excited for our next console. Whereas I feel like the PlayStation 3... Like, we got Yakuza 5 last year. We're still riding into the PlayStation 3 sunset. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, the support is still there.
Yeah, I mean, at least a little bit. There is still PlayStation 3 games coming out.
But even taking away all that, like, anything that was dual console, originally it was always better on the 360. And by the end of the life cycle, it was way better on the PS3.
Yeah, for sure. But that's because devs worked out how to use the tech. Like, that thing was so far ahead of its time. But in doing so... completely screwed us for future-proofing the console. Like, it is so hard to emulate a PlayStation 3.
Yeah, that's why you don't see the backwards compatibility like you do with the 360 and the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Because they're both running just Windows environments.
Yeah. That's why it's so easy to port Dreamcast games as well. They ran on like a modified version of Windows CE.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all kind of the Dreamcast was basically the precursor to the Xbox.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even looking at the controller, it's almost the same.
Yeah.
So, it's something that kind of was a natural progression. But I'm the opposite of you. Like, I mean, I've always been a Nintendo fan. Always. But I played a lot of PS1 games. Yeah. I had a fair few of them.
I played a lot more on PC, I think. PC and handheld was kind of my niche growing up.
Right, and I didn't have a Game Boy when I got my PlayStation because I lost it.
Yeah.
So I played the Game Boy very, very sparingly.
That makes sense.
I can't actually think of, other than Pokemon, too many Game Boy games I actually played.
See, I was just Game Boy kid. Like, as soon as I got mine, that was where I did like 90% of my gaming. Like, my brother would usually hog the TV a lot, so I would sit there on my handheld and like and on the PC. Don't get me wrong. Like,
I played more video games than you, though. Just overall,
I don't think you did. I think we just played them in different places.
I bet you. I don't know about that. Like, I bet
if we listed it off, I would have so many weird PC games that I played that you don't even know exist.
But I played PC games that you didn't play.
Yeah. Okay. You know what, Cal? I'm not getting into this.
I'm pissing you off.
You're not pissing me off. You just don't know how wrong you are.
With the exception of maybe the Dreamcast, because you had yours hacked. And you had mod chips and things. Like, that made a big difference. But
the amount of PlayStation 1 games that I've played...
I think that you spent more time doing other things online than playing video games. You watched a hell of a lot more TV than I did.
So. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I had oodles more free time than you ever did, so...
That is true.
Yeah.
It's because you didn't do any schoolwork.
That's true. Do you know how much time you get from media when you don't do your schooling? It's great. I used to
don't do any of your homework?
Oh, I would every time that we get homework, I'd put the sheet in my backpack, and then I would walk outside of the school. I'd walk over to the dumpster and just dump my backpack into it.
I never had homework because I was smart. And I did it all in class.
Meanwhile, I'm the one who completed school.
Oh. I went to university.
You did. I went to a technical college. For technically minded people like myself.
Technically minded. You technically went to college, I guess.
Okay. Well, you know what? I am going to wrap this up here. It has been a hell of a day.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying when I say this. Like, my eyes filled up with tears.
Yes.
Like,
can confirm.
Like, when we sat down 2 hours later to watch that conference, and when Giacorsi walked out on stage and announced Yakuza Kiwami was coming, like, I had like a moment where I'm like, oh, this is happening. Like, I can't believe this is happening. What a day.
There's a Power Rangers game coming out?
Yeah, it looks like garbage.
What is it? What's it on?
I think it's Live Arcade or a PSN.
Oh.
Yeah.
PS4.
It looks pretty bad.
Really?
Cal, we will go and watch the trailer after this.
Okay.
Let me end this.
It can't be worse than the Genesis game.
Let me end this on my love for Giacorsi, for the PlayStation experience. For Yakuza Kiwami, Yakuza 6,
I'm still shocked.
Yakuza 0.
I was not expecting
all
that.
Coming west within like the next year, roughly.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It will be about just 2018, right?
Yeah.
For the last one,
So yeah, like,
within the next 2 years, you will have...
Within the next year and a half, we will have 3 new Yakuza games in the West. And we will know what the Ryugogotoku studio has been working on in the middle of this.
Oh, right, because they're working on something.
Yeah, they're working on another project. We don't even know what it is yet. And in the midst of all this cool Yakuza shit coming to the West, we're going to be finding out what they're working on now. I'm so hyped. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that.
Please be excited.
Yes. And I will be emailing everyone about the Daytona tournament either tonight or tomorrow, so I will see you guys in the fast lane. Here's where I would be playing Rolling Start if we had a
if we had a soundboard.
If we had a soundboard. Just imagine Rolling Start.
Hey, I'm gonna be allowed to drum.
I'm allowed to. Okay, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.